Hi friends, thank you for coming to Social Emotional Storytime today. Our topic today is anxiety, which is a little bit tricky. It's kind of a feeling of maybe being a little bit scared or nervous about something. So you might experience anxiety maybe before you started school. You were nervous because you weren't sure like who was going to be in your class or what your teacher was going to be like. So those types of things might make you nervous. So we're going to start out our story time today with a calm down activity. We're not actually going to do the activity. I'm just going to explain the different yoga moves that you can do. And each of these yoga moves can help you calm down. So we talked about those zones of regulation before. So we want to get back to the green zone because remember when we're very scared and can't feel like we can't do anything or like we're out of control and we're in that red zone, or maybe we're a little bit scared in that yellow zone. We want to get back to the green zone so we can do a couple of yoga moves just like the breathing techniques that we used to calm ourselves down, and the strategies like maybe squeezing a stress ball or something. Yoga stretches can help calm your body down as well. Kind of helps to bring awareness to your body, just like when we did the body scan last time. So this time we've got 5 different calm down yoga techniques, and the pictures kind of show you what you're supposed to look like. So for the first one, it says, I am strong. So when you're doing this pose, it says use your strength to catch tricky waves. So what they're showing you is that he kind of looks like he's surfing and he's feeling strong. So this yoga pose where he puts his arms out and he kind of bends his knees a little bit like this is what you'll look like, and you'll just hold that for a couple of seconds, maybe 10 seconds if you can, or however long you need to hold it until you feel calm from that one. The second one is I am kind, and this is the tree pose. So you'll do this standing up like she is. She has one foot on the ground, and then this is kind of tricky. You have to have pretty good balance to do this one. And she pulls one leg up to kind of stand like she's a tree. She puts her arms up like this. So you'll again do that one for a couple of seconds. And then think about why you're brave for this next one. It says be brave and fearless as you fly down the ski run. So you can imagine that you're skiing in this position. So she kind of sticks out like this and she puts her arms like this, so you can hold that for a few seconds and kind of imagine that you're skiing, which would be a brave thing to do. And then I am friendly. So this is a pretty fun one. It's downward dog. So it says stretch like a dog wagging its tail. So if you have a dog or if you've seen a dog kind of stretch like this, that's what you're going to look like when you're doing it. So you'll have your hands flat on the floor and your feet flat on the floor, and you'll be kind of bent over like that. And it really helps to stretch your legs and your arms out and a little bit in your back. And then I am wise. It says be a wise owl perched on a tree branch. So this one, she just is sitting on her knees, sitting down, and she's just kind of got her hands in her lap. Looks like a wise owl. So think about times where you've been wise. And so once you do these, you should kind of feel a little bit more calm because you focused on something. When you're feeling anxious and you're not sure necessarily where to go from there, you're not sure what's going to happen next, and you're kind of anxious about it, but you want to come back down to that green zone, these stretches can help you out. So our book today that we're going to read is called The Little Book of Big What-Ifs. So this little bear, he's kind of thinking about some things, big picture. He's thinking, what if this were to happen? And some of them might be kind of fun, and some of them might be a little bit scary. So maybe when you were starting school, you were thinking, what if my teacher doesn't like me? What if someone's mean to me on my first day of school? What if I don't know where to go in the lunchroom? So these are some thoughts that we kind of have when we're feeling anxious. We think, what if this? And we might think of something that's negative, that doesn't feel so good. We think of something that would be scary. So when you start thinking about that, that's when you get anxious, and that's where those yoga stretches can help you. So the Little Book of Big What-Ifs. Let's hear about some of the things that this little bear is thinking about. What if you slept through your birthday? Oh my goodness, that would be terrible. What if no one could hear you? He's saying something, but everybody has their earbuds in. What if everyone could? He's taking a little nap. What if you swallowed a seed? What if it doesn't grow? He's planting the seed and it didn't grow right. What if there was only one way? What if there was only one kind? Imagine if there was only one kind of ice cream. What would that be like? What if there were way too many? Have you ever been through a line and you can't choose what you want because there are so many things? What if you can't think of anything? That's one of my fears. Sometimes I worry about that. If somebody asks me a question and I'm not sure what to say back, it can kind of be scary. What if your imagination runs wild? That's what happens with these what ifs. It's your imagination. What if you get lost? What if someone can help? So here he's thinking, well, what if this terrible thing happens? And here he's like, well, but what if someone's there to help me? So he's imagining something good. What if you make the time? What if you had a long way to go? What if it was worth the wait? What if there is too much room? What if there isn't enough? What if you go off the beaten path? Well, he went off his path, but he found some butterflies. So that was a good thing. What if you make a mistake? What if we all work together? So here, this elephant has made a mistake and he ended up down here, but look at all his friends helping. So again, something negative, but then he thinks about something positive. What if we find one thing in common? What if we change our perspective? Perspective means your thoughts about something. So there's the earth, that's our home. What if you're surprised? What if everyone shared? Wouldn't that be nice? These are some nice things to think about. What if it spreads? All the kindness and the sharing. What a difference it would make. So toward the end of the book, some of the what ifs were things that would be nice to think about. So when you're thinking of your first day of school and you're nervous about your teacher, you don't know your teacher, you're nervous about the friends in your class or where you're going to go, maybe you're afraid you'll get lost in school. Those are some things you could think about. They are possibilities, but there are also things that would be good to think about. So if I think, okay, I'm afraid I'm going to get lost in school today, I could think, what could I do if I get lost? What if someone's there to help me? What if I find a teacher that helps me find my way back to class? What if I make a friend that helps me find my way back to class? So those are two positive things that could happen. Even if something a little bit scary happens, you could also think about some of the things that are good that could happen. Or maybe you think, what if tomorrow at school is the greatest day I've ever had? You could think that too. So it's all about changing your mind. Well, this week we're going to talk about a donut of control. Or you might have heard of a circle of control. And when we're anxious about something, a lot of times it's about something that we are afraid that we can't control. So you can't control how other people act at school. You can only control what you can do. And sometimes not being in control is a little bit scary, and that's when we start to get anxious. But we can think about what things are in our control, even if other things are outside of our control. So with this donut, you'll get 2 pieces of paper if you look at the printable that's attached. And by the way, the yoga stretches are also attached to this video. So you're going to put, these are the little sprinkles for the donut. Each rectangle is a sprinkle. So you'll get 2 pieces of paper. This one will be a blank donut, and then you'll get a piece of paper with just the sprinkles. And so we've got one section is things that are in your control, and the other are things that are outside of your control. So I've kind of made this for you. I've already filled it out, and we'll just kind of go through each and talk about it. So for outside of the donut, I'm thinking about things that are outside of my control, that I cannot control. For example, the weather. I can't control if it's going to be hot or if it's going to be cold, but I can control how I dress, right? I can't control getting sick. I could control eating healthy and washing my hands and doing all the things I can, but sometimes we still get sick, even if we take all those precautions, and it's okay. It's just outside of our control. So then when we do get sick, we think, okay, well, I can go to the doctor, or I can take the medicine that the doctor gives me to feel better. Someone else's choices. You can't control someone else's choices. So if someone chooses to take something they're not supposed to, you can't change that. Even though you would like to tell the person, well, that's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to take things that aren't yours. You can control your reaction, but you can't control that they took that. What others think. So maybe you're nervous on your first day of school. What are other people going to think about me? Well, I know I can't control what others think. So I don't need to worry about what other people are thinking because I can't control it. How I look, the same thing there. You can control how you dress maybe, but you can't control what you look like on the outside. Like maybe you were born with brown hair, but you always wanted to have blonde hair. Well, right now you maybe can't control that you have brown hair. And that's okay. It's good to be proud of what you look like. So that's what you can control, is feeling proud of who you are. And maybe you can't control your skin color, your eye color, all these things that we can't control, and it's okay. So we don't need to worry about those things. We just need to accept this is who we are, and we need to be proud of that. And how others treat me. I can't control if someone's mean to me. Maybe they made fun of how I looked, and I didn't like that. But I can't control what they do. I can only control my reaction to it. And then also past mistakes. So I know we've all made mistakes in the past, and we might feel bad about them. We might feel guilty inside, but it's okay because we can learn from those mistakes. So I can control learning from that and what I do going forward, but I can't control what I did in the past. So I don't need to be worried about what I did, only what I do going forward. And finally, someone else's feelings. You can control how you treat other people, but you can't control their feelings. So maybe you said something that you thought was nice, but someone takes it a different way and they feel differently about it. Well, then those are their feelings to control. So you can only do your best to treat other people how you would want to be treated. And then the things that are in our control. Taking care of yourself is in your control. Brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, eating healthy, doing your chores. You can control choosing to do those chores to contribute to your house. How I talk to others, like we talked about. Forgiving myself and others. When we do make those past mistakes, forgiving ourselves, or if someone else makes a mistake, forgiving them for that. And being honest. We can choose to be honest. That's in our control. If we do make a mistake, we don't need to lie about it. We need to tell the truth so that we can learn and grow from that mistake. Doing my homework, I can control that so that I can do well in school. How I treat my things, I could choose to destroy everything, or I could choose to treat my things nicely so I'll have them for a very long time. And asking for help is something I can control. So like we were talking about, you can't maybe control that you got lost in school, but you could control asking for help. Or maybe you can't control that you don't understand an assignment, but you can ask your teacher for help. And so those are the types of things we can think about. So you can cut those out and glue them on your own donut of control to try to remember what it is that you can control and what it is that you can't control. So when you are feeling anxious, you can think about those things that you can do that are in your control, that you could do to react to the things that are outside of your control. So those are kind of the things that we want to think about when we're feeling nervous about something. So thank you for joining me for our social emotional story time about anxiety. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you join us next time.